Welcome to the 1-minute plus summary for project scope management. The very first process that happens in scope management is known as plan scope management. Now, what is scope? Scope is clarity and understanding of everything that the project is meant to undertake and deliver. The very first process, plan scope management, is where we create a plan for how to manage the entire gamut of scope. How are we going to define the scope? How are we going to manage it? That's really what the plan in this process will help us define. So from plan scope management, we get a scope management plan, and then we also get a requirements management plan to help us manage requirements, to track requirements. The requirements management plan guides us on updates for requirements and so on. And there are many different types of requirements, which takes us to the next process, collect requirements. In collect requirements, the project team, project manager, they are involved in collecting all manner of requirements, technical requirements, solution requirements, business requirements, function requirements, all manner of requirements. But we can break requirements down into two. They're either product related or project related. Whatever the case, we collect all manner of requirements. These requirements are collated, compiled, put into a requirements document. We refer to that as requirements documentation. In addition to that, we could have a requirements traceability matrix where we are working on a product. You could also use this for service, but it's more popular among products. So we have a requirements traceability matrix that tracks requirements and maps them back to their origin. Who was the source of that requirement? By the time we're done with collect requirements, we have requirements documentation and the requirements traceability matrix that very clearly tell us what exactly this project is meant to deliver in terms of requirements, features, functions in the deliverable. The next process is define scope. The output from this helps you understand what exactly this process is about, because it sounds very plain, bland, and in other cases, it could sound just nebulous and something that we just say in passing. But it's very important to realize that from this one, we get the scope statement, also referred to as the project scope statement. Now, the project scope statement is different from other documents you encounter in that it tells you what is included in the project, but at the same time, what is not included in the project. We call these exclusions. So project exclusions are documented in the project scope statement. And this is the major output from defined scope. The next process is create WBS, where a work breakdown structure is created. The WBS is a hierarchical breakdown of what is done on the project. It's visual. It could be horizontal. It could be vertical. It looks very much like a family tree. After create WBS, we make a big jump across to the monitoring and controlling section. And I hope you're following along by taking a look at none other than your favorite book, the PMBOK guide. You'll find all this information in chapter 5, but on page 25, you'll find high level all the processes in the PMBOK guide. So we jump from create WBS to validate scope, and this is where the customer checks the deliverable, inspects the deliverable. The final process in scope management is called control scope. And in control scope, what happens? This is where the project manager prevents gold plating and scope creep, things such as that. So I hope you found this to be useful. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to hit like, don't forget to subscribe, and also check out our other channel, the Praizion Project Management channel. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.